Alright, my testing. Okay, perfect. Let me go to the main camera. Alright, we're live, and today, as you guys can tell by channel, from late, I'm going to be working on the part 7 of making game in Unreal Engine, where last game I did actually get the AI logic to work, and my enemies actually chased my player around. Also, today I'm going to be adding the stat logic, where a UI displays every time my NPC dies or every time my player evades to go ahead and add additional stats to my player. Or if my player dies, I'm gonna get an option that tells my player where he could either be set or he could just go ahead and exit the whole entire program type stuff. So let's move on to my gameplay screen. There we go. Okay, and guys, wait, hold up. I forgot to actually change the overlay of my gameplay screen. Let's get that a bit back up here. Let me just grab that there. There we go. And of course, this is a new chat because I'm not gonna risk using old chats. Let's see something we can see live exclamation. And for some reason, I feel way too energetic today. Okay, that's it. Let's just go ahead and grab this down here. Okay, let's go. Day 208 is live, and the stream is watching 200 plus days. Most people quit before day 10. All the basic stuff. Moving on. 3 tasks. We're not leaving today until all 3 tasks are compiled. Until all three compile and work. Okay. First thing. Right now, go to Tools, New Class in Unreal Engine. Create a parent user widget class, name it stat investment user widget, then it create. And guys, I don't know why did I kind of stutter and break when I was really talking up there. And of course, how could I forget? I can't really open my program through Visual Studio anymore because my program is really big. Therefore, I'm going to go ahead and open my Solution Explorer, click my Unreal Engine, go to my Calamity 2, and firstly, I'm going to generate my let's go with, let me go to new project, show more options, generate Visual Studio project class. That is something that most programmers do before they start their day and all that stuff. Okay, well, I guess I'm gonna go ahead and grab it there. There we go. And now let's wait for this to open. Once it's done, generating, I'm gonna double click and open my Unreal Engine and show you guys my progress so far. Let me grab this here. Okay, let's wait for this to load. And in case you guys weren't here last stream, and I did say this at the very start of my stream as well, where my NPCs actually do change my player. The attack logic works, the chase logic works, the damage logic works. All I gotta do right now is add UI and just replace some of the gray boxing that I've done so far. Okay, so this is my program. If I want to go ahead and run the program, these are my NPCs, and of course I will be adding rigs and animations. They kind of follow me, where if I go ahead and hit my right mouse button, I can go ahead and destroy them. Okay. Hold up, let me go to output log. Am I really dealing damage? Oh wait, I'm taking damage. Hold up. I gotta go ahead and attack them. Right mouse button. Okay, they do not take damage. What if I just randomly move around while checking my output log? That says that my player is the only one that takes damage. Okay, I gotta go ahead and fix that real quick. In the IMC default, I have my IA_attack. In my, let's say, C/C++ classes of the Calamity 2, I got my variant, I got AI controller class, AI character class, I got all the basic classes here. I got stat component too. I'm gonna go ahead and move on to, let's say, my... it was my IA_attack, right? Should I compile? Let me try compiling real quick. Hold up. It could because I didn't run my program through Unreal Engine. Okay, let's wait for this to compile. Since it's the first time, it will take a bit. While it's compiling, I might actually chow on some grapes. Now, theoretically, the attack logic should work. Okay. Well, the attack logic for some reason does not work. Hold up, I gotta go ahead and check that up real quick. So apparently in my header files, because it did work yesterday, I don't know what happened today, the receive damage function, incoming attack, and then if I go to my C++ file where I went up ahead and I defined it, okay, stat component take damage, and then I display this UE log. Current HP is this. So I think there could be one reason that I might build it from my Unreal Engine. Let's build solution from here. Because sometimes this is what happens. Now that my project has gotten a bit bigger, I can't really compile it literally through my Visual Studio, so I have to do it through my Solution Explorer. And there is the small issue up here. Okay, so building it does act the same as compiling it through my Visual Studio. Okay, let's wait for it to build it. Okay, the building does take a few minutes. Okay, while it's building, okay, honestly, while it's building, let me go ahead and check something else. So in my content drawer, I do have an input section. I gotta check if my inputs are set correctly. I have an attack input, which is set to a digital boolean value. Then I did assign it in my IE underscore attack as well. Okay, left mouse button. Okay, which I do click. And why is it still building? Oh my gosh, it's so long. Probably because my file is getting bigger. Like the bigger your program gets, the longer it takes. 47 out of 55. I think that is almost done. There we go. Okay, perfect. 41 succeeded. Now if I were to run my Unreal Engine, let me just compile it once. All the building and compiling are literally the same. I'm just gonna compile it once to be safe. Okay, once it says success, I'm gonna go ahead and exit this because I'm positive there is 0 logic errors here. Then I'm gonna go ahead and attack. Okay, I think something's wrong with my attack logic up here. What else? Okay, I just take damage. I don't attack now. Why? Okay, what could it be that kind of messed the attack logic up? Because it did work last stream, but it didn't work when I opened it this stream. It could be because of, let's see, so I have a third person, I have C++ classes. I'm pretty sure it didn't work because I didn't open my class literally through my Visual Studio. Let me try that. I'm gonna try opening through Visual Studio. A project with output type of class library cannot be started directly. So we started indirectly. That is one small issue here. Okay, let's try opening it literally through Unreal Engine. And while I'm at that as well, I might go ahead and ask my old chat, my old clock chat. Okay, because I'm pretty sure it's a compilation error type stuff. Let me go up here. Okay, and let me say something like, this is the next day and I did open my project. Although my attack logic does not work. Okay, it did work yesterday before I ended the stream. I'm pretty sure it's a compilation error. I mean, not a compilation error. It's just a loading in error itself. Let me get Unreal Engine up here. Okay, about to go to my projects. Let's open Calamity 2. And now once that opens, I'm rooting that it's actually gonna work. Welcome back. When you say the attack does not work, tell me exactly when you press left mouse button, nothing happens. You press the left mouse button, the logo says no enemy range. Okay, it does not display any text. It could be because I did not open my UE5 through my VS 2022 because when I try, it says that this class type cannot open directly. Okay, now while I'm actually sending this, I'm gonna go ahead and open my Unreal Engine. Okay, let's see if I run the code. And yeah, the reason I use that chat right now is... Okay, wow, it still doesn't really open up. Yeah, I did use an old chat because I don't want to mess my new chat up. Okay, the damage logic works. It's just the attack logic. Okay, let's grab this here. Okay, that is your answer right there. When Unreal Engine is not open through Visual Studio, the live coding connection is broken. That's exactly what I've been saying. And your latest compile C++ changes are not loaded. The game runs on state binaries. Here's how to open it correctly. Close Visual Studio completely. Open this right now. Open Visual Studio. New project I did generate, or even faster, close Unreal Engine 5. Navigate your project folder in Windows. Explore Calamity project. Select and open it. Once Unreal Engine 5 is open, the Visual... Okay, once Unreal Engine 5 is open, then open Visual Studio and it will automatically attack. Okay, so apparently the place that I was messing up on is that I gotta open my Unreal Engine first and then my Visual Studio. That makes sense. Okay, because I did run into these issues so many times before when the program works perfectly. But it's not about the program, it's about how you open the program. There we go, where I did generate my Visual Studio 5 projects, but I can't really remember when I generated them. Was my Unreal Engine, or actually was my Visual Studio already open? Because you gotta exit your Visual Studio to do this. And now let's double click it. Okay, I'm pretty positive that's open. That's gonna open this time. Might eat something. Okay, let's go ahead. There we go, building navigations, and everything was perfectly compiled. And now if I attack them, are they taking damage? What if I go to F8, go to output log? What if I display it all the way down? Okay, still no damage. Why? Okay, there is no logic error here. It's definitely an opening my program error. Okay, maybe I open my Visual Studio through my file as well. Let's go to Documents, let's go to Unreal Engine, let's go to Calamity 2, go to open my Visual Studio.sln. Okay, and then I'm gonna go to Unreal Engine. Okay, let's load everything real quick. Cause the attack logic, it works. I think it's just some loading issue, like it didn't load to my Unreal Engine properly. Okay, everything here is saved. I'm gonna go ahead and Control Alt F11 here. Because usually you run your program through Visual Studio, but I don't know if it's too big, it doesn't work like that or something. Okay, patching, patch success. Now if I right click, doesn't deal much damage, or doesn't deal damage at all, right? Okay, so everyone was found. Okay, well since that doesn't work, I'm gonna go to plan B. Let's run the program through here. I'm gonna get an error, right? Oh wow, I don't. Okay, I thought that I was gonna know my. Okay, when I run, I get this error. Okay, let's clip that error, take a screenshot, open plot here, paste it, say I get that error when I try to run my program through Visual Studio 2022. Have been getting it for days, but I usually open my UE5 using my Solution Explorer. Okay, I didn't want to use Calc, but I guess it's fine. Okay, and then let's go ahead and send it. And it did work till yesterday. I don't know what happened today. Alright guys, we're off to a very rough start. Okay, do not run Unreal Engine 5 from Visual Studio directly. Visual Studio is only for writing and compiling code. Unreal Engine 5 is launched separately. Open your File Explorer and navigate your Calamity project files. Find Calamity 2, go to your project and double click it. This opens Unreal Engine 5 directly. Once Unreal Engine 5 is open, Visual Studio will already be attached because you have it open. When you need to compile, Control Alt F11 in your tools and then compile. Control Alt F11 in our tools, okay? That is it. Never press the green play button. I did compile, but the attack still does not work. I made sure that I saved everything last stream, so that's not an issue here. Because I'd be way too precautions these days. Okay, check. Tell me if attack action slot has arena_ia_attack in it. Open your BP_arena character in Unreal Engine 5, okay? Guess we're gonna open Unreal Engine 5 for like the 5th time now. Let's go ahead and open Calamity. I'm gonna open my Unreal Engine real quick, and then I'm gonna exit my Solution Explorer. Now once it opens, I was actually gonna do that. I don't know why did I do it. Kind of forgot about it. Because I could check if my attack action is still there in my blueprint. That might actually be the reason here. This is one small thing, guys. I'm getting way too dependent. It's hard to really think for myself. That's one annoying part. That's the reason next year I'm going to be solely focusing on critical thinking up here. Okay, that's it. I'm going to go ahead and let's say open viewport details this panel. I'm going to go with something like input. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and add my IMC default. I'm going to go ahead and add my IA_attack and my look action, which is my IA_look. Okay, and then let's just go ahead and compile. Let's hit Control S to save. What is that one unsaved thing up here? Let's save it. And now let's run the code. Oh, my bad, I was hitting E. Quite strange. Okay, I do take damage, but I can't really deal any damage, even though I'm as close as it gets. and they're kind of stuck to me. Okay, let's see. DP underscore arena characters is default. I have my default set here, right? Arena character IA underscore attack is left mouse button in my Unreal Engine. If I were to go to my, let's say, arena characters in C++ file, in my bind action, I'm assuming I have my bind action in my setup input player component, right? I have my bind action here, so this should technically be working. Okay, in my header files too. Guess let's read more. Okay, sometimes after I recompile, the blueprint loses asset reference. This is the most common reason attack stops working. Okay, tell me if attack action slot has arena character underscore IA underscore attack attached to it. Okay, wait, let me just check that, even though it won't make that a difference. Let's go with attack slot. Oh wait, no, that's move action. That's IA underscore move. I do not see a attack slot here, which could move me to the second reason, which is gonna be if I would go ahead and click my character, and I would go ahead and click input. I see move action, look action. I see 0 attack action here. So I'm gonna go up here and let's go to my the header files. In my header files, I have an attack action here, which should be categorizing in a category called input, but I don't see the input here. Okay, so I see, so this is DP underscore arena character, okay. I don't see my attack action slot, even though I created a U property to display it here. Control Alt F11. This usually brings it up here and jobs this thing. Okay, because this is going to be very, very odd if it did really give me the slot up here. There we go. Okay, somehow it did not work before while it works right now. I compiled it like a bajillion times and it didn't work. Let's go with IA underscore attack. Now let's hit Control S to save the code. Let me just go ahead and save all changes. Now I should be able to use my IA underscore attack. Okay, I literally compiled it so many times before. There we go. So I attack them, they disappear, and the number of enemies increases. The first time I attack them, there are 3 NPCs. The wave 2, there comes 5 NPCs. Wave 3, there goes 7 NPCs. You guys get the gist of it, the increase by 2 per wave. And then let's just go ahead and attack them all. And they die. And now there are 2 NPCs, there should be 7 in total. Okay, there are a few NPCs who feels like they're having a seizure right now, like that guy there. Okay, let's count. So let's go to F8. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Perfect. Now there is supposed to be 8 NPCs once I kill them. Let's go with F8 again. Screenshot capture is saved. I didn't know F9 captures a screenshot. Okay, next round there's supposed to be 9 whole NPCs. I see 3 there. I see 3 there. That is 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, you guys get the gist of it. Once I kill them, there's gonna be 12 NPCs. And yeah, I'm pretty sure that I've done like a bajillion times by now. Okay, I'm pretty sure my HP is 0. And this is just basically the enemies' stats who all have been spawning and their location. That's just for debugging and all that stuff. Okay, yeah, well that's about it. Let me just go ahead and exit that. Okay, I think I thank Claude for kind of jogging my memory up on that. But, excuse me guys, I'm gonna move on to the next part because this works now. That was a really, really silly thing to kind of mess up on. Okay, but at least I learned something new. Honestly, that's not really as new. Speaking of which, now we move on to the real part. First thing, okay, how about 20 minutes on stream, and this is where I'm actually trying the real thing. First thing, go to choose new class. I gotta create a new C++ class. So let's go ahead and create a new C++ class, which is gonna be a user widget class. So I'm gonna go with a user widget, widget. There we go. Where I'm gonna go ahead and click next and name it stat investment widget. This is where I'm gonna go ahead and invest my stats once a wave has ended. Let's go with STATINVESTMENT WIDGET. Stat investment widget. Okay, I think I spelled it wrong, did I? I'm gonna be careful. There we go. Okay, and then I'm gonna go ahead and grab and create a class. I think I spelled it right the first time. Okay, and then I'm gonna eat some more fruits. Okay, there we go. Let's wait for this to roll. Let's wait for this to load real quick. While it's loading, I'm gonna go ahead and open my Unreal Engine and compile it. This project Calamity has been modified outside. Okay. There we go. I see my stat investment widgets is header file and C++ files. Okay, where I'm gonna go with Control A, Control C. This is not compulsory, but might as well. This, okay, let me say something like, let's say, done. This is my .h file. Okay, and then let's go with C++. And yeah, I know what some of you guys might be thinking. I'm mostly using Claude's help to get the source code and all that. Honestly, I kind of am. Let me just say this is my .cpp file. Because there is no way in hell that I'm actually going to master C++, master Unreal Engine and build the entire AAA game with AI logic in it by the end of the series. Which I was initially planning to, but then I got overwhelmed because at first I thought that 150 days is going to be plenty of time to learn Unreal Engine and all these C++ syntaxes that we use there. It was not. Although spoilers alert, my next series is going to be where I go over Unreal Engine in detail, so you guys might want to have to stick to that, or you guys would probably want to stick to that. That said, clean Unreal Engine gave you exactly what you need. Now we build the brain. Here's your compile investments header file. Replace everything in it with this. Okay, we have all those things. We gotta add three new properties, 3 investment buttons. Names must match exactly in the blueprints as widgets. So we need a BTN HP, a BTN attack. I'm assuming BTN basically means button name HP, button name attack, button name defense. Call automatically when the widget is created. Void virtual void function called native construct, which is going to be overridden, and then I create a private. Private everything from there on. We add a comment cache reference to the player, a arena which is represented by a pointer called player character. Okay, and then button click handlers. You function on HP clicks. You function on attack click. You function on defense clicks. These are basically going to be the buttons in my widget which I click and they do something that increases my either HP, either attack, either defense. Based on those stats, I'm going to take less damage. I'm going to live for longer because of my HP or deal more HP damage. There we go. Closes the widget and unpauses the game. Void dismiss widget, okay, because once I'm done and I exit the widget, I don't want it to be seen anymore. 3 things this does: bind widget links the C++ button variables directly to the buttons you will name in the blueprint canvas. This is the magic that removes the need for nodes. I will not be using nodes again because this was supposed to be strictly C++ because I didn't have enough time to just learn the general Unreal Engine 5. Okay, I did learn the general, but like in a broad level covering everything in it. The basics of Unreal Engine, I didn't have much time to go over those in the C++ section. Therefore, I didn't even work on those in the blueprint section because many of you guys did say the blueprint is practically more easier compared to C++. I thought it was the complete opposite. That said, dismiss widget handles cleanup in one place, so all 3 buttons call the same exit logic. Okay, yes, let's fill it in. And guys, I feel that I'm talking way too much this stream. I mean, I was planning to conserve some of my energy, but I'm like, what's the point? Okay. Sure, gonna paste that here. Okay, and now let's see everything. You know what? Never mind. I'm gonna just take a few parts here. Forward declaration. So I'm gonna go ahead and add a triple asterisk as comment. Forward. Declaration. There we go. These are going to be the things that I'm going to declare before I really define any of those. These are basically empty classes that I want my compiler to know that they do exist, so don't really pay attention on what's inside them, because headers are supposed to be light. I wouldn't want to include a whole header. I want to include chunks of it, or just basically empty shells here, just to say that these things do exist. The first is gonna be your button. In case you guys don't know what this is about, I did work a little with widgets back in my previous stream. Button is basically a let's say section under, I think it's like components panel, where we drag our canvas, we drag buttons, we drag text. So that's the basic gist of it. And I'm gonna go ahead and create another class called a arena character, which is basically my arena character because that is who this entire class is going to be dedicated to. Every new wave, this is going to pop in my window, asking me to display or add in a let's say new stats. Okay, guys, that's way to whatchamacallit. These days, I feel like I get a tongue roll when I talk almost anything. Let me eat something real quick. Okay, phrasing that part properly, when I said I get a tongue roll when I talk anything, I roll my tongue when talking these days. That's it, let's go ahead and publicize everything. Under my publicize section, I'm gonna go ahead and add, let's say 3U properties. Okay, 3U properties for the 3 investments, THREEINVEST buttons. There we go. Okay, now I'm gonna go ahead and create a new property, which is gonna be meta equals to bind widget, BINTWIDGET. Okay, and then I'm gonna go ahead and create, let's say, a uButtons as pointer, uButton, which is going to be represented by a pointer called BTN, short form for button name HP. Okay, it could either be a short form for button name or short form for just button, but I think button name sounds much better because BT is basically button and then N is name, my button name is HP. Or I could call it as button BT and button HP. Although that's hardly important right now. Next up, I'm going to go ahead and create another U property, which is going to be, again, another meta that is going to be equal to bind widget. Okay, I just realized one thing. This is going to be uppercase B. Okay, guys, those are small details. Gotta pay a lot of attention because the smallest mistake can make your program crash here. Let's go with something like a bind widget, which is going to be having another U button here. Let's go with something like UTON. That is going to be represented by another pointer called BTN attack, ending with a semicolon. And then I'm going to go ahead and why is this indented here? There we go. And then I'm going to go ahead and create another U property, which is going to be meta, that is equal to, let's say, bind widget, bind WIDGET, which is going to be having another pointer representing my button. My pointer is going to be called PDN_defense. There we go. Okay, once I'm done with adding my 3U properties, I gotta apparently create a native constructs function that is called automatically when the widget is created. So I'm gonna add a comment that says something like called UTOMATICALLY, called automatically when the widget is created. There we go. So I'm gonna go ahead and create a virtual void function, which again is just going to be declared here. I'm going to define it in my C++ file, VIRTUAL, virtual void function called native, NATIVE, construct, CONSTRUCT, with a parentheses, and I'm going to go ahead and override it, ending with a semicolon. Once I'm done with this, I'm going to go ahead and let's say private all my data members here, RIVATE. Okay, now for my private data member section, I'm gonna go ahead and cache. So there's a comment that says cache reference to player. I gotta check what that means, but I'm gonna add a comment that says CACHEE, cache REFERENCE to the player. Basically, what I'm supposed to do here is create 3 functions. So one is on HP, click on attack. Oh, I see. Okay, so basically what this means is, let me give you guys an example. Let me go ahead and add comment button click handlers. I'm gonna add a triple asterisk as comment that says something like button click handlers, HANDLERS. Okay, so basically what's going on here is firstly I'm going to go ahead and create a U function to expose my function to Unreal Engine that I'm going to be creating right now. The function that I'm going to be creating right now is going to be a void function on HP clicked, which means, let's go with HP clicked, which means if I chose to click my HP, I'm going to be adding a certain stats to my actual player's stats, my actual arena character's stat component. That is going to in turn increase either the attack stats that I've got or my attack skill, my HP. Should I say skill, or I think stats is a better word for it. My attack stats, HP stats, or defense stats. That's gonna, let's say, in turn buff my player. Next up, I'm gonna go ahead and create, let's say, oops, firstly I'm gonna go ahead and end that with a semicolon. And then create another new function, which is gonna, let's say, have another void. Here's the thing, just to avoid typos, I'm gonna paste this here. I'm gonna create another void function called something like on, let's say, attack, A-T-T-A-C-K, clicked. Now, on attack, I gotta make sure I have no typos. On attack clicked, I want to go ahead and add the content from this function to, let's say, my attack component or my stat component, which is inherited from my, or which is derived from my actual player class or my arena character class. The funny part is Y-F-U-N-C-T-I-O-N. My spelling is correct. Okay, so far everything is correct. Here's a difference between programming without talking and programming while commentating. It's like when you commentate, you can hardly focus. It feels like it's divided attention here. Okay, let's go with something like on defense, click, ending with a semicolon. We have HP, we have attack, we have defense. All three functions have been exposed to my Unreal Engine. Closes the widget and unpauses the game. Oh, let's go ahead and add a triple asterisk comment here, because I like that commenting convention. Let's say closes the game, closes the widget, and on PAU, let's go with PAUSES, and unpauses the game. Basically what this means is, when my widget has been displayed on my window, I don't really want my enemies to, like, let's say, cannibalize on my actual player or like deal damage to my player. Therefore, I want everyone to freeze, including my player, including the enemies, including the timer and everything. I want it to stop because the game has been paused. I'm going to create a void function called, let's say, a dismiss widget. Once this widget has been dismissed, the game can resume. Let's go with something like widget. Closes the widget and unpauses the game. There we go. Okay, with a proper parentheses, ending with a semicolon. I'm going to hit Control S, Control A, Control C. Why do I have a red underline here? F-U-N-C-T-I-O-N. Is it my spelling? It's most likely my typos. Might want to go ahead and fact check that real quick. Okay, I highly doubt it's my typos here. Okay, so that is dash. Oh wait, I see. Okay. Small little detail. I'm gonna go ahead and add a arena character, which is going to be represented by a pointer called player character, which again I won't be using here. C-H-A-R-A-C-T-E-R. I'm going to use them in my header files. Okay, I'm assuming this is a Visual Studio kind of messing with me. Never mind. We see a BT underscore defense with a red squiggly line. Button, wrong spelling. Why did I write both? There we go. Okay, that's gonna fix it all, right? Let's see. Okay, I'm pretty sure that fixed everything. I'm gonna go with Control A, Control C. Whoops, Control A, Control C. Let's go ahead and grab my cloud here, paste it, and say, done adding an exclamation. Okay, and I gotta kind of be quick as well because I got a quiz coming up and I want to be done with this. This entire widget section this stream. Good effort, but I'm catching 3 typos. Of course, we have typos. They destroy your compile. The stream saw them too. Okay, wrong. Class arena character, correct arena character. Okay, well I guess I have typos. This is going to be P-U-T-T-O-N and C-H-A-R-A-C-T-E-R. A-R-E-N-A. Oh, there we go. And guys, this is one reason why you gotta type a bit slower. I'm gonna mute myself though. Oh, you mic testing. Okay, I thought there was some background noise, but never mind. I think I was ignoring myself. Okay, so next up, let's go here, and then let me just go ahead and back up here. Typo 3, line you let us. So wrong, it's gotta be W-I-D-G-E-T, and it's find widget. I spelled you properly wrong, right? P-R-O-E-R-T-Y. Okay, so P-R-O-P-E-R-T-Y. Guys, these are the small mistakes. That's the reason I don't really prefer commentating while I stream. Why do I still commentate? Because I just like doing it. Okay, so I see bind widget. This should be good enough. Now let's grab plot back up here. I'd say this is like, of course, line 21, missing a semicolon. How did I manage to do that? Okay, I'd say this is one small bright side for like, actually not one, like one of the billion bright sides for, I mean, of using Claude or AI in general. Define the tiny details that you made in your typing. Although we could usually debug all that. Okay, that is clean. Every line is fixed, zero errors, waiting to ambush you. Now the C++ replaced everything in it with this. Okay, so fill out your copyright notice, blah blah blah. Oh wow, we're using the Kismet's gameplay statistics. This is basically a helper library if you guys have never used it before. I've used it little, didn't really go as much in depth with it. I think I used it back when I used to work with raycasting and like line tracing, but it's been a while since I've used it. Okay, that said, let's hop on to my C++ file. Now, in my C++ file, we're gonna go ahead and first zoom out here. Okay, three things this does: native construct, caches the player, and wires all three buttons to their handlers using the add dynamic. Zero nodes needed. Each button handles call the matching invest in function, then immediately calls dismiss widget. Dismiss widget unpauses, kills the mouse cursor, locks up input back to the game, and removes the widget. Paste that in and tell me when it's done. Still do not compile. We need to update Arena Game Mode next to actually show the widget. Okay, well, this is a little long, so I'm gonna start writing. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and firstly include my button from my components. So I'm gonna go with CONPONENTS slash my buttons as header files. In case you guys didn't know, this is what I was talking about when you actually move on and start programming using blueprints. In the blueprints, there is a section called components that has got a canvas, that has got buttons, that has got text, that has got images. You can use all that stuff to decorate your widgets. I thought that was a good side note to actually add up there. That said, next up, I'm going to go ahead and include ARENACHAR which is my arena characters as header file. Right here, there we go. In case you guys didn't know where I'm pointing and you guys are in the vertical stream, make sure to hop onto the horizontal. Okay, sup man, still at the game, let's go. Honestly, yeah, I am actually working on this, but I am almost done with it. All I basically gotta do right now is replace my gray boxes, let's say, temporary mesh with my original meshes that I'm going to be making in my Unreal, in my Blender, which is going to be maps, hopefully weapons, meshes, rigs, animation, textures, and all those basic stuff. Okay, yo, hiding super, appreciate you joining the stream as well. Okay, that's it. Let's go up here. And in case I sometimes do not really see you guys' chat in the vertical stream, that is because I have Claude open as well, so it kind of overlaps on top of it because I'm just using two monitors. So it's hard to actually have a separate monitor just for the stream. I do have one for my vertical though. I have it like open on my phone here. I mean horizontal, so I have it open on my phone here. Okay, let's go with something like slash the gameplay statistics. Let's go with something like the gameplay statics. Okay, the gameplay statistics is header files, and then I'm going to control S. Now let me go ahead and create a void function called useStatic. From my useStatic. What is my class's name? I mean, I know my class's name. It's much easier to copy this from here. There we go. So I'm gonna go ahead and paste what useStat investment widget. This is my stat investment widget. I'm gonna use the scope resolution operator to go up ahead and get a hold of my native constructs or constructs function, which I have already defined in my header, which I've already declared in my header files. Although I will be defining it in my C++ file. I gotta be very specific. Later on, I check my stream for these things. Because apparently I sometimes forget everything that I do and I gotta come back to my stream for a refresher. Okay, let's go with something like super. I'm gonna go with native constructs as function, ending with a semicolon. This is what we do with begin play as well. I want to call it once every time a certain event happens, for the begin play once every time when the game really starts. But let's see here. I'm gonna add a comment that says CHAC cache the player REFERENCE. cache the player reference, which is going to be player character that I have created in my header files right here that represents my arena character. I'm gonna go ahead and set that equal to a cast. Now, in case you guys don't know what a cast does, I'll tell you guys in a bit. Let's go with a arena character, E-R-E, and A-C-H-A-R-A-C-T-E-R, C-H-A-R-A-C-T-E-R. There we go. So basically, wait, let me just complete my cast. I'm gonna go with something like U gameplay statistics. Okay, and again, this is from the Kismet library. If you guys didn't know, this is going to be gameplay statistics that use the scope resolution operator to point towards get player pawn. And then I'm going to go with something like get worlds, this function. I'm going to go ahead and add my priority to be 0, or was this called something else? I forgot what was the other parameter here. Okay, oh, it's player index 0. Now, basically what the cast does, this is a new way to use the cast because I have never used the cast using a, let's say a class from my helper libraries, but basically what cast does, it checks if my player pawn, which is my get world in this case, if my U gameplay statistics, get player pawn, get world, which is basically this player pawn, if my this object or whatever this is right here, is the same as my arena character, then I want to go ahead and give access to whatever this thing is right here to all the functions, methods, variables, and contents of my arena character. That's the basic gist of cast. It's nothing too advanced and all that. It's just a new way, and I've never seen someone cast this way, but it might be a new way because usually the way I cast was for arena pawn to get my player controller, I could go with cast arena character, inside the parentheses, adjust my player controller. So I check if my player controller is my arena character, my player controller gets access to all the contents of my arena character. That was about it, not gonna overcomplicate that stuff. That said, once I'm done with that, I'm gonna go ahead and add another comment. Let's say something like bind each button. Let's go with bind each button to its click handler, Handler. Okay, now inside under my comment, I'm going to go ahead and add an if statement that checks if my BTN of HP, which again, I did create in my header files of my stat investment widget right here. There we go. I checked if did I spell it correctly? I'm going to copy that just to make sure that I didn't mess anything up. Pretty sure I did. Well, I did apparently. So if my BTN HP is true, I'm gonna go ahead and point my BTN HP towards on clicked. Okay, this, I didn't create this on click, but this is something an Unreal Engine actually just gives it to us. I'm gonna be adding a add dynamic, DYNAMIC. I had something on my notes that told me what add dynamic does. I kind of forgot. I gotta check that again. DYNAMIC. In my add dynamic, I want to go ahead and add this to my dynamic of, let's say, the memory address. Let's go with useStat investment mesh. And yeah, guys, from here on out, it's going to get a bit more complicated because I rarely work with widgets at all, so it's going to be hard to explain this part, unless I think it's common sense to explain it. Okay, but for this part, it's not really common sense because I don't really understand this that well myself. But never mind, I take that back. I understand this myself. So, if we were to do this on blueprints, basically, if we open our blueprints tab, let me show you guys real quick. So, let's say I want to open my BP underscore game mode. Let's open blueprints. Now, if I want to scroll all the way down, you guys see these click buttons? There should be one that says on click. There we go, which has an arrow mark operator here. This is what we usually do when we program with nodes. I knew this part. You click plus here, then this takes you to, this adds a on click node here. And then you pull it and add it to different stuff. Where in this case, I pulled my on-click node from my BTN HP to the add dynamic, where I'm gonna add some content, which we can again use nodes to do all that stuff and link it to function. Does that make any sense? For the BTN, we create a variable in our right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and click the plus variable and give it the data type of my. So pretty sure, let's say, I think I gotta give it the class. There we go. My data type of my arena character. Okay, I'm kind of shocked that I actually made sense of that stuff. Okay, well, I guess I'm not as dumb as I thought I was. Okay, once I'm done with that, I'm gonna go ahead and add another statement. Speaking of if statements, did I have a typo here somehow? D-Y-N-A-M-I-C. Pretty sure not. Next up, let's add another if statement, which is going to be in charge of checking my BTN attack. For my BTN attack, I'm going to go ahead and add a pair of curly braces that say something like BTN attack. Let's go with ATTACK. Again, that points towards on clicks, which I just showed you guys in the blueprint if you guys wanted to do it through the blueprints. And then I'm going to go ahead and add the dot add dynamic, dynamic. There we go, and then, oh my gosh, but did I really spell it wrong for the second time? Okay, and then I'm gonna go with something like this. I'm gonna go ahead and just copy this. Okay, and let's just paste it here. Lastly, I'm gonna go with something like on attack clicks function. And just to be safe, in case you guys wanna go back to your header files to get the names on HPCLICKED, you guys can go ahead and copy that. This helps avoid typos. Oops. Uh-oh. This helps avoid... What am I... Give me a sec, hold up. Let me go back up here. What did I even literally copy there? Let me just paste it. There. Okay, so on HP clicks this function. There we go. I apparently did have a typo there. Lastly, I'm going to go ahead and add another if statement that goes up ahead and checks my BTN defense. DEFENSE. Okay, and then let's add a pair of curly braces. In my pair of curly braces, I'm going to go with my button of defense. Okay, which is going to be pointing towards on click CLICKED dot the add dynamic. Okay, add dynamic. That is going to be having this, and then it's going to be having the memory address of my ustat investment widget. Let's go with the memory address of my ustat investment widget. Okay, that uses a scope resolution operator to point towards this function. And again, in case you guys can hear some background voices, just kind of ignore it. Okay, let's paste it here. Then I'm going to end with a semicolon. Alright guys, let me kind of mute myself real quick. Alright, my testing. Guys, just ignore the background noise. I thought it was some background noise. I'm actually going to make it. There we go. Okay, perfect. Now, in my add dynamic, I'm going to go with the on defense. Pretty sure I did that. Okay, under that, once I'm done with all that, that's basically it for my native constructs function. I'm going to go ahead and add another white function now, which is going to be having my ustat investments let's say class here that uses a scope resolution operator to point towards on HP click. I'm gonna go with something like on HP click, which is gonna be having a pair of curly braces. In my pair of curly braces on HP click, here's the thing. I added these functions here. I'm gonna copy the spelling just to make sure that I didn't have a typo, which I highly think that I did. Okay, so it's on HP click, uppercase HP. Okay, pretty sure I wrote it in lowercase. Okay, now, basically why am I adding some kind of content to them is because I've used those functions here, but those functions don't really have any kind of definition to them. They're practically empty. So I'm basically going to go ahead and define them here. Let's go with something like if my player character, okay, and my player character points towards stats component. Let's go with COMPONENT. So if player character and player character's stat components are set to true, which means if both exist, my player exists and my player's stats exist, I'm gonna go ahead and invest 20 points POINTS to HP on click. Oh wow, 20 points is actually kind of insane. Here's the thing, this really varies with 20 points. I'm just gonna add it for logic. Later on, I can always come back to the program and change that stuff. So I'm gonna go with, let's say, something like player character, okay, that points towards stat component, COMPONENT, which is gonna go ahead and point towards invest HP. That is gonna be 20 point F. I want to invest 20 HP to my stat component. Here's the thing. What was my invest HP's variable name that I created? Pretty sure it's going to be in my actually in my header files of my arena character. Should see an invest HP here. I remember creating it. Or maybe in my stat component. Let me go to my stat component. So I see calamity build.cs, I see enemy, I see arena game mode. Okay, this is my stat component, my bad guys. I see arena character. So invest in HP. I created that somewhere. I forgot the name. Hold up. It's supposed to be somewhere here. So this is my C++ file, but I go ahead and declare all that stuff. Let's go to my game modes as header files. Okay, it might be in game mode because I have my wave systems here. And apparently my game mode is, let's see, what file is this? Okay, it's game mode based. There we go. This is my stat component right here in my header files. Okay, wait, that's a character. That is a stat component. Enemy, this is a character. Okay, AI controller is, what is this? It is a AI controller. And then I had another class which means, let me check real quick. What up? Stat component will control F because I know my components' name. I want to see and show you guys where I really created it. Because in my C++, I could go with something like invest in HP. I do have this function in my stat component. I'm trying to find my freaking stat component up here. So I have build.cs, I have AI controller. Okay, none of these are my stat components. Fine, let's go with Control Alt L. Let's bring out the Solution Explorer. And then in my source, I'm gonna go ahead and open my Calamity too. Okay. In that stat component, there we go. I'm gonna open my stat component C++ file and header file. Okay, this was something tedious. Where in my stat components, I have my max HP, I have my current HP, I have my attack, I have my defense. I have my functions like take damage, I have my functions like heal, I have my functions like invest in HP, I have my functions like invest in attack, I have my functions like invest in defense, and I have a dead function. That's basically it. Okay, I was wondering, I was like, where the hell is my class gone? I remember having that class on. Okay, and then let's end this with a semicolon. Next up, I'm going to display UE log, and as you guys know, UE log is pretty easy to add, but kind of tedious, so I'm just going to do this. Here's a thing. I want to get a pretty good idea as to how I might add UE log in different situations. So it's going to be better to actually add it myself. So for my UE log, I'm going to go with a log temp. For my category, my verbosity is going to be warning, and then I'm going to add a literal text. Okay, log TEMP WARNING. Okay, where my text is gonna go ahead and say something like player INVESTED invested in HP. New HP. Okay, I'm gonna go with something like player invested in HP. New HP is gonna be my new HP is gonna be percent 1.f. Okay, this is a format specifier. Basically what the 1.f does is that it just gives me one number after the decimal point. If I'm in 2.f, it's going to give me two numbers after the decimal point. But I do want to go that in depth because I'm not working with currencies here. Instead, I'm working with my freaking HP here. That's it. I have a percent sign here. That's good. Kind of forgot what that specifier does. I guess I could recheck it. Okay, that's it. I'm gonna go with something like player character that points towards my stat component, which points towards my max HP. And this looks a bit complicated here, but it's not really as complicated as it looks like, because UE log warning. What up, guys? Before I really do my UE log, just want to make sure everything's correct. I'm gonna have my log temp, WARNIG, have my warning, player custom HP, HP. Okay, that's player character stuff. Then let's end it with a semicolon. Just making sure the red squiggly line goes from here. Okay, I'll just assume that Unreal Engine kind of messing with me. Speaking of which, why am I getting so many messages? There we go. Okay, so basically, what was it that I was gonna again say? My player character is gonna be my arena character. My arena character inherits from my stat component. Therefore, my arena character has access to stat component, so I use my arena character to point towards stat component. Now my stat component has access to my invest in HP, so arena character points towards stat component points towards invest in HP. That's basically how it works. It's like a long chain. Okay, that's the basic gist of it. The one annoying part is something wrong here, because if I were to place this here, okay, so I have a person, point one, player characters, that literally, wait, something is not the same. I made a small typo, didn't I? I have a UE underscore log where I have a warning text. I have this text here in HP. Okay, new. Is that even new max HP? Fine. New max HP. So I have a new max HP. 1%. Oh. There we go. Okay, so that makes sense. Formats, here's the thing. Format specifiers are so important to know that it's so this thing. Like I worked with format specifiers in Python where I go with :.2f. Why did I go with 1 point? That didn't make any sense on my side. Okay, that was like a blunder on my side. Okay, that's it. I'm gonna go with something like dismiss, DIS, MISS, WIDGET. I'm gonna go ahead and dismiss a widget, ending with a semicolon. And why is my UE log still showing me this thing? So controls me. Of course. Okay, guys, this is the time where I just scroll and for a bit. Invest in HP. Where the hell did I get a max HP from back there? Okay, now once I'm done with this, I'm gonna go ahead and create another void function. Let's go with another void function. Okay, from my use stat investment widgets class. Okay, which uses a scope resolution operator to point towards on defense. Okay, clicked. And then I'm gonna add a prof curly braces. In my prof curly braces, let me try adding this myself and then I'll fact check it with the code. Player character, CHAR, ACTER, that uses a and if player character exists and player characters is this is defense, right? I might go with attack first. It's fine. I'm gonna go with attack. Invest in attack. If that exists, invest in attack. Invest INVEST in attack. What did I name it here? In my header files. Oh, it's invest. Well, that wouldn't make a big of a difference. I'm glad I had a typo there. Invest in defense. Player character. Player character exists. Player character exists. I do that. Well, apparently we go with player character, stat component. Oh, guys, I gotta learn to critically think. Okay, I'm gonna go with something like invest 5 points into defense. Okay, there I'm gonna go with something like okay, because today in one of my classes, I did actually work on the critically thinking section. There we go. I'm gonna go with player character that points towards stat component, which points towards invest and defense. Okay, I want to invest 5 points. 5.0 F ending with a semicolon. I could just go with 5.F with the same thing. And here comes the thing. Incorrect spelling. Okay, DE. Alright, I wrote defense. I spelled it wrong here, didn't I? D-E-F-E-N. Guys, get it? Defense. That was the worst typo that I could have added. Oh god, I gotta fix it here too. Oh, I didn't use it somewhere else. D-E-F-E-N-S-E plus equals to amount. Attack plus equals to amount. Defense, attack, HP. D-E-F-E-N-S-E, defense is gonna be 5.0. There we go. Okay, now the moment of truth. Let's try another UE log. Where I want my category to be log temp. I want my verbosity to be warning. I want my text to say something similar to my HP points. That is going to be something like player invested in defense. New max defense. I don't know if I want to go with max. Player invested in HP, new attack, new defense. Fine, I'll go with. Okay, new defense is gonna be %.1F ending with a semicolon. And then we add a comma. We go with something like player character, my literal character that points towards a stat component that points towards invest in defense. And then I'm gonna end it with a semicolon. Here's the thing, why do I get a freaking red underline when I'm adding UE logs? Just to be safe. I'm gonna make sure that everything is correct. What up? There. Paste it here. You guys see magically what Claude gave doesn't have the red underline. And I'm gonna change it back to what I wrote, but still. Why no red underline what Claude gave? Okay, warning. Text, player invested in defense, new defense, .1. It's literally the same exact. One small issue here. Why do I have a semi? I mean, it doesn't even matter. Player, character, stat component. Oh. Might be where I messed up there, right? How did I not see that? Okay, I guess I'm gonna need some more fruits. I'm gonna go to my stat components as a header file. I'm in C++. Max HP is set to 100. What is the... Okay, now, before I really move on, I'm gonna check exactly where to word. Log temp, warning, text. Gonna go here. Player character points towards stat component, points towards max HP. Did I state component? Guys, is there just an option to just throw in the towels now? How do I manage to program for so long and I still make silly mistakes? It's not even about commentating anymore, it's just about paying attention. you want to discuss some technical art stuff in future? Honestly, that would be pretty cool. Really depends on what kind of technical art. Like when I do really need it, I do ask many of you guys for like giving me some suggestion and all that stuff. That's it. Having Docs, did I pronounce your name? Appreciate you joining the stream. Speaking of which, if I can't really if I don't really read you guys in chat instantly on the vertical stream, make sure to go on to the horizontal stream and real quick send me the comment there as well. Because sometimes I do have my reference chat open in my other window that kind of gets in my way. I'm gonna go with something like dismiss. Widget with a broad parentheses and limited semicolon. I didn't really define dismiss widget. There. No talking is actually so much better when I'm trying to focus and write this part. You know what? I just have attack left, right? Got a good gist of it. At a time crunch, so let's go ahead and paste it. Now in my widget, I'm gonna be having a defense like with that. And then remove from parent. That's a function that I have never worked with. Interesting. Why does it get indented? I don't know. Oh, I know. Yeah. I require dismiss widget here. There. Now, under the curly braces, I can go ahead and add my final function. Further, remove from parent is something that I haven't worked with. Let's go with Control S, Control A, Control C. Let's grab plot up here. And then let me go back there. Let me go ahead and paste it here. Shift entrance, say done. Took me a while to be done, but I was done. I wonder if it'd be much easier if I just copy it, because for this stream, I'm not focusing much on learning the contents because I'm almost out of time. This function does not. That is it, one line. Whoops. Hold up, guys. Let me just close my keyboard. Well, my bad. I fixed my typo up there. Let me see something like, let's say I realized that I had a typo in my spelling of defense, so I also changed defense to defense, D-E-F-E-N-S-E, on my stat component. Okay, fix that one line and confirm. Then we go to the arena game mode. Okay. I mean, I could have just done that. Okay, well, let's go with the header file, and paste it here. Always give it 100, don't need a bank, no I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing, I'm always thankful for something. Don't take for granted, stay humble. Now wake up, it's time to look at the enemy. Look in the mirror if he is no friend to me. It's not working out, maybe it's the chemistry. It's time to break up so I can make guys, the one thing that I worry about most, like when I be eating fruits, I'm like, I spill everywhere. I drool more than I eat. And have a seat. I keep drooling when talking. What's wrong with my mouth? Guys, I guess I got way too much saliva in me. That's let's see. So perfect invest with again. Now it's the official spelling across your perfect logo. Now show me your text important. Plus to confirm. I'm kind of glad that Claude is confirming all this stuff, but got on it. Okay, what was I saying? I'm kind of glad that Claude is confirming all this. I'm being precautious because I did say Claude was being precautious. Let's eat it. I want to call it something here. Stat component is clean. Every function has a log. Every math operation is using fmath comments. Before we compile, we need to confirm one more thing. We need to update arena game mode. Add this widget reference and then the show stat master function. We compile and now the widget exists. Add this in your arena game modes as header files. Arena game modes as header files. Okay, well, I guess I'm going to go to my arena game modes as header files. And then let's go ahead and paste that there. Stat investments is .h file. Once I'm done with that, just gonna go ahead and summon. Okay, and then add these two properties in the public section. Okay, so in my publicized section right here, can add that widget class to spawn the VP underscore stuff. Okay, and then class of investment, show me your current profile. Control A, Control C. Let's grab Claude. Then let me go ahead and paste it. Then let's send it. Okay, and then I'm going to eat an apple. Okay, so apparently we're going to be using the Kismet library up here as well. Okay, so we have our library. Replace your entire on NPC died with this function. Let's go to on NPC died. And yeah, I'm not really going to be manually typing it because I realized I won't understand much here, because now this is the part where the things that we're doing is a bit off my skill level. Add this new function from at the bottom of the C++ file. Okay, and I don't really want to spend a lot of time working on the stuff that I'm going to be instantly forgetting, and it won't really go in my long-term memory type stuff. So I'm going to be focusing on getting this game shipped. Make all the changes and copy that, paste it, send it, zoom in. Then let me eat some grapes. Now hit Ctrl Alt F11 right now. Tell me exactly what the output log says when it finishes success or error. Paste everything here. Okay, well I guess I can. Moment of truth. Although I didn't really go to my my blueprints yet to really load my blueprint to my viewport, or I actually did that. Show exactly what output log says. I don't want to send a lot of text to Claude because that's going to be costing me a lot of tokens here. A few is fine. Okay, results succeeded. 9 file compiled, 0 errors, the stream is watched. Step 1, create the blueprint. Now we build the blueprint widget. This is what I was saying, that I might be missing something. Okay, the canvas part, follow these steps exactly. Step 1, create the blueprint widget. Let me just check my OBS and everything's working. There we go. Making sure. There, okay. Guys, I gotta make sure if my OBS actually works, because yesterday apparently my OBS stopped working randomly. Step 1, create the blueprint widget in Unreal Engine 5. Content browser, go to content/blueprints, right click user interface, widget blueprint. When it asks for parent class, search for stat investment and select it. Name it WBP underscore stat investment. Step 2, add the 3 buttons. Open WBP stat investment in the palette panel on the left, search for button. Remember what I told you guys, it was under the components section, now it's under the palettes. Drag 3 buttons onto the canvas in the details panel, rename them exactly. First button, button HP, second button, button attack, third button, button defense. Step 3. Add text to each button so you can read them. Drop a text block inside each button, label them attack, HP, defense. Hit compile and save the widget editor. Tell me when WBP underscore stat investment is created and the 3 buttons are innate. Okay, I guess I'm gonna go ahead and refresh everything. Drop an apple, chow on head. Okay. Oh wait, my bad. Okay, then as for parents, search for stat investment widget. There. And select name it WBP underscore stat investment widget blueprint underscore. Widget blueprint underscore stat investment. Guys, why am I drooling all over my keyboard every single time I talk? Feel like I've got like venomous this thing. Okay, because you guys ever heard of the sacs that snakes have under their mouth that they every time chew on and excretes their venom in case they are venomous snakes? I feel exactly like that right now. I've got way too much glue. Step 2, add 3 buttons. Open the stat investment. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and open it. Oh, man, it gives me compilation. Okay, you know what? Save. Stat investment. I don't want to save it. Why can I not compile? I know I failed. Hold up, I'm gonna right click and then I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna force delete. Okay, and then I'm gonna open this. I'm gonna go to documents. I'm gonna go to Unreal Engine. I'm gonna go to Calamity. I'm gonna go to content, blueprints. I have 1, 2, 3, 4. The 4 that I need. And characters, collections, developers, instructions, intermediate, saved. Okay, auto save screenshot, which I absolutely do not need. Source, binary, calamity 2, source, intermediate, what's intermediate, build. Alright, let's give it another try. I'm gonna right click, I'm gonna go to, let's say, user interface, widget blueprints. Why did it just create? I wanna force delete this. What? Save doesn't have anything. Everything has been saved. Right click, user widget, widget blueprint, stat investment widget. I'm gonna name it WBP underscore stat investment. Double click it. Okay, you know what? I'm not gonna think much of it. So open WP stat widget, go to the palette. Okay, I see a palette. In the palette on the left, search for a button. Okay, drag the button onto the canvas. So I need a canvas first. Canvas panel. And then I'm going to go ahead and drag a button to my canvas. Drag 3 buttons onto the canvas. That is number 1, that is number 2, that is number 3. Done. In the details panel, rename them exactly. BT editor search. In the details panel, this is going to be button 1. Rename, right? Let's go with B, T, N, HP. This is gonna be B, T, okay, BTN. Attack. I'm not that bad at typing, I don't know what is wrong. BT and defense. DEFENSE. There we go. Step 3. Add text to each button so you can read them. Drop a text block inside them. HP, attack, defense. I'm gonna go to HP. Let's go to text. Drop it in it. Drop it in it. Drop it in it. Whereas this text block is gonna go ahead and be called something like this is gonna be called HP. And that text block, in the other hand, is going to be called attack. While the third text block is going to be called defense. There. Hit compile, save in the widget editor, tell me when WP stat investment is created, and see what is created as well. Should I change the colors real quick? I might go with color. Color and opacity. I'm going to set it to be black, so it's a little more visible. I need the color of my text. I'm gonna set it to be black. I'm gonna go with defense. Gonna set it to be black. I can add the rest to it later on. Let's go with compile. Control S. Let's wait for everything to save. While it's saving, I'm gonna need some breaks. Is it just me or... There we go. I like it. Is it just me or does it really take that long to save every time? Welcome to my party. We're just getting started. A life is a dream or a nightmare scarring. Hand me a drink cause I think I'm going all in. Hey, wait. Hey, why are you so serious? Honestly, am I, by the way, your stream stutter a lot? Is it lagging? I think that the lag is honestly because of the graphics card, but I will actually get that soon. That stuff. That said, before that, I think it only mostly lags when I'm doing stuff that is GPU intensive, because my CPU is mostly doing all these stuff that my graphics card is supposed to. Okay, that is exactly what I need to see. Before that, am I really kind of serious? I think that honestly, I feel like I'm pretty like whatchamacallit, playful right now. Because I thought that today was one of those days where I feel really excited while streaming. Okay, look at the hierarchy panel. BTN HP, BTN attack, BTN defense, all three named correctly. Parent class states that investment widget in the top right, okay, in the C++ brain is already connected to this canvas. Hit compile and save inside the widget editor right now, top left button, close the widget editor. Okay, next step. Tell BP_Arena about this widget, open BP_Arena in the content browser, click on BP_. Arena game mode, blueprint in the details panel on the right, look for the category UI, you will see stat investment widget class, click on the drop down, hit compile, and save in BP_Arena. This is the final wire. Once you do this, that reference, okay, Okay, tell me when BP underscore stat investment is assigned. Okay, I'm gonna open another window. Then just put the instructions up there. There. Now, for the time being, before I really save it, I realized something. I want to extend that. I want to kind of extend that. And it doesn't really matter if I extend this, but I might as well. I think they're approximately the same size. I'm gonna later on add some texture. This is just gray boxing for now. Control S. Okay, I was like, is it gonna take really long again? Hit compile, save inside the widget top left button, and then close the widget editor. Fine. In the details panel, now click on the BP underscore arena game mode. BP underscore arena game mode. In the details panel, look for in the content browser. Click on BP underscore arena. Details panel on the right. Look for the category UI. Okay, we did add a UI as this category here. You will see stat investment class. Click on the drop down. Search for WBP underscore stat investment. It needs to be widget blueprint because I made the mistake last time for my enemy. Instead of having my BP underscore enemy NPC, I went with just enemy NPC. That didn't really make my characters or my mesh really visible to me. Search for it, hit compile, and save. Delma is assigned, so I'm gonna go with UI again. Control S to save, wait, compile, save. We wait for a bajillion years for it to save now. Tell me when BP underscore stat investment is assigned in BP underscore arena and hit play. The stream is one step away from seeing this work. Okay, well, let's just wait for this to be done. Oh, there it's done. Windows shift test. I think that was the last thread, right? I'm gonna go here, paste this, and then let's zoom in. Okay, look at that. It's assigned and compiled successfully in 64 ms. All saved. That is the fire. Hit play. Now kill one enemy and tell me exactly what happened. Everything is saved. I'm gonna go here. Kill one enemy. Pop. Whoa. Okay, I mean, of course there are. Attack, HP, defense. What does output log say? Thing is, I want to kill 3 NPC. I want to get this per wave, not per enemy. No, you know what? Nah, go with attack. Wait, it doesn't disappear. That's fine. Okay, here's the thing. It doesn't really disappear from my window, so I'm gonna do that. Okay, and here's a small little issue. Let's grab plot here and say, whoops. Let's say, it works. Mission. That said, the UI does not disappear when I add my stat. The game, when I add my stat, the game just resumes. Speaking of which, I want to, let's say, get a stat. I want the stat widget to appear only after a wave has ended. Okay. Two things, let me address them separately. Issue 1, widget is not disappearing. This is known as Unreal Engine 5 remove from parent is firing, but the widget visually stays. Okay, of the enemy this time, the widget lost his reference, dismiss widget. Good, clean it up, easy fix. Issue 2, you want the widget after wave ends, not after every kill. That is actually a better game design decision. One investment screen per wave instead of per kill keeps the combat flowing and makes each choice feel more meaningful. The stream. Okay, heard that and they agreed. So The new flow will be like kill NPC, wave ends, stat investment screen appears, player picks one upgrade, screen disappears, 5 seconds, next wave, okay. This also means task 1 and task 2 are merging into one piece system that is fewer moving parts is better. Before I give you the fix, confirm two things. When you click a button, did the game unpause? You could move again. Did the 3 buttons show on the screen? Yes, when I clicked the button, the game unpaused. And all 3 buttons were on the screen after I got a kill. When I clicked the button, the game unpaused. Unpaused. Okay, and then let's end it. Brother, what kind of game is this? What's the idea? Basically, it's just a regular AI logic type idea. So these are my NPCs. They kind of follow my player around. And every time I click my right mouse button, my NPC dies. But for the time being, the entire game pauses because I want to either add HP, attack, or defense to my stats. So no one moves. But the thing that's kind of messed up is, for example, if I were to go for defense right now, everyone can move again, but my UI does not disappear unless I don't kill my NPC again. Go with attack. Okay, and now I'm gonna go ahead and kill an NPC. My attack is increasing by a lot. Attack, attack, because I killed 3 NPCs. I bet I can go ahead and kill this 3 times. Attack, attack. But you guys see how kind of broken this gets? Okay, yeah, that's the gist of it. I can't really get my game crashing right now because I didn't save everything, did I? Save. Control S. Okay, everything is saved. Nice. Let's move back up here. Good, the logic is working perfectly and pause bars, visibles. Okay, widget not only visual is appearing, wrong trigger point after kill instead of after wave. Both fixes are in arena game mode. C++ small changes on NPC died, remove the show stats, and you can call it move. So NPC on died. I'm gonna go here. So in my game mode, game mode C++, NPC died. Gonna be some like here. There we go, on NPC died. Okay, I'm gonna remove my show stat investment, okay. Instead, this is only gonna happen. And then the next thing, let me just go here. Okay. There we go, on NPC died, just do that. You elog show stat investment. Change in show stat investment UI store widget. Show stat investment, replace the entire function. Show stat investment UI. That is supposed to be the last thing that I add in here, right? There we go. And then paste. Okay. Change 3, add on stat investment complete function that the widget calls instead of handling. So on stat investment compile. Okay, active stats and widgets. Oh, okay, what up? This is you need to add something. Okay, so with the file already add that, I'm gonna go to my header files. In my header files, under my U properties, add that because I do need that. So then I'm gonna go here, copy that from there, and I'm gonna go with the show. Paste here. Then I'm gonna hit Control S. I'm gonna go back to my C++ file, and then I'm gonna move upwards on stat investment. On stat investment. Okay. Add on stat investment function. That widget function calls instead of on. Oh wow, wait, hold up, this went, okay, this is kind of going above my head. There are like 7 different source codes here. Okay, so let's go one step at a time. Stat investments is header files. Oh wait, my bad. Never add headers in header files. You gotta add it in C++ because avoid including entire headers in the header files. It's meant for C++. And guys, someone is going to be lawn mowing from here now, so I might mute myself, or that's fine. You guys can just ignore the voices. Whew, okay. Update stat investment.c++ file replace dismiss widget. Okay, so dismiss widget stat investments is header files. Okay, take damage. Stat investments is header files. What up, guys? Let me just go ahead and mute myself real quick, I guess. Okay, I think the voice is gone. Oh, I mean, hold up, this is getting a bit tricky now. I'm done with my stat investment UI function. Stat investment UI is in my stat investment UI. I'm done with that. Change 3. Add on stat investment complete function. Okay, on stat investment complete function. I'm still ain't got added here because this function is gonna be right here, right on stat investment. Do I have it here? Do I have it here? I have it in my head. On stat investment function. Where am I getting this function called from? I see arena game mode header files, arena character. This header files. Where is my arena characters in C++ file? You guys can't mess this up. Arena characters is C++ file. I see arena characters as header file. I see arena characters as C++ file. I just wanted to make that stuff look nice. Add this function. So arena game mode, I gotta add that function to my arena game modes in C++ file, which I practically did. Why? Does my header file? Okay, it does follow that function. That was a small thing that I had to think of. Now we need to add this to arena game modes as header files. I did add that to the arena game modes as header files, and update stat investment C++ file. Dismiss widget. Stat investment C++ file. Dismiss widget with this. Include this in the C++. Control S. 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 Back. Okay, make all these changes to it both are updated. Arena game mode header file and arena game mode C++ back here. So arena game mode header file. And arena game mode C++ file. Okay, and then let's send it. Oh, that was a lot. Both files are clean. Okay. I mean, it's nice because you finally make your real game. That actually does make sense, but I don't take like 100% credit for this because I didn't really work much on adding this myself. Most of the source code was made. I didn't get it through plot type stuff. Now show me updated stat mess for C++. I need to confirm. Okay, let's copy that. And guys, this is just gray boxing, so the design looks awful because I'm using the already given design by Unreal Engine. Later, I'm going to be replacing it with my own meshes. Tomorrow is going to be a Blender stream, so you guys should actually be here because I actually worked on my female mannequin where I'm going to be adding some texture, maybe wigs, and then later on clothes if I had time. And then I'm gonna kind of load it and make and work on a male mannequin and then a map. If I had time, weapons and then the effects, sound effects. I think that's pretty much it. One thing missing you forgot to include. I could have sworn I added it. Did I add it? Arena game modes with header files. If I were to go to my components, I added it in my stat component. There is no shot I did that. And guys, these are the awful small mistakes that can crush the game. Moment of truth. Control Alt F11, let's see. There we go, result succeeded. That's success. Gonna run the program. Did I? Oh, okay, that disappears. Did I my first hit? Did I every single hit? Yeah, I wanna go with log. I just died. Well, I guess player is dead, but my HP is still decreasing. Yeah, there definitely is some bug. Fine, let them all do damage to me. You know what, let me make it easier for them, and then I'm gonna hit F8 and open up the log. Seriously, they want me to walk? Do they want me to walk into them? That is some fast HP that I'm losing. Okay, so it displays every kill, and for some reason I one-shot my NPCs. I might need a health bar on top of their HP. Arena game mode with C+ profile. On die function. I mean, I think I gotta remove that just out of my space. Show me how to handle that function from AI controllers to C++. Okay, man, let's let me just. I love the chase and the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running. I always take what I want, and I always give it 100. Don't need a bank, no, I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing. I'm always thankful for something. Don't take for granted, stay humble. Now wake up. Okay, so B death handle is going to be set to false. Okay, one step at a time. Vehicle must explicitly initialize to false or guard does not work reliably. Gonna make sure to hit Control S as I go. And then handle death. Add a null check before calling. Handle dead. Handle dead, handle dead, handle dead. Handle that. There we go. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, I got one handle dead, alright. I'm gonna hit Control S. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna hit Control Alt F11 now. I like the fact that Cloud doesn't waste more tokens than it actually needs to. It's still pretty sure my AoE isn't that big, right? It still triggers my widget every kill. Which means the wave is only spawning. Open your output log and hit play when you kill. Guys, I'm not even lying, I was literally going to try that right now. What did I fail? Wave 1 complete. Hold up. What is okay? This is I'm not even lying right now. That is literally what I thought was happening. I for some reason thought that my AoE is really massive. Wave 2 completed. Wave 3 completed. Hold up. This might be it. My AoE seems to be obnoxiously massive out here. There we go. I need something. One physical kill is triggering on NPC died. Actually, that makes sense. The culprit is in your tick. Every line. Okay, every enemy is running this check every tick. When one enemy dies and gets destroyed, the other enemy controlled enemy's pointer may be gold, may be going invalid, and is dead is returning true. For all of them to fix, add an is valid check in your tick. Okay. AI controller. Okay, so my AI controller is a C++ files is tick. I gotta find tick. Tick is gonna be all the way up here under my begin play. Begin play tick should be somewhere right there. There. Why? Oh my gosh, the tick is massive. Wait a minute. Wait, that is my current tick. Oh, okay. Maybe I should put the content. That is under super tick delta time. There. If it's valid control enemy is dead, first dead. And then I'm gonna go ahead and grab my tick. Say. Okay, and then let me eat some more fruits. I knew it. This gotta go. You have duplicated code, replace your entire tick with this. Let me check the duplicated code real quick. This is definitely the duplicated part of my code. Okay, and then let's just copy that and paste it here. Guys, I gotta be sure that I'm not using a lot of tokens when saying these things. The next of that. Okay, let's wait for it to compile. 4 out of 9, 7 out of 9. There we go, result succeeded. Now let's go ahead and run the program. One hit. One hit cleared one wave. Okay, to 90 HP. Let's go with window shift S. It still displays the same thing. It's still one kill. Still triggers the P5, and the wave gets cleared every kill. Okay, and then I should go and send it. It's not the pointer. The problem is that all three enemies are sharing the same controlled enemy. That makes sense. Okay, wait, look at your screen. I see only one mannequin in the viewport. Where? That is me. Where are the other two enemies? They're stacking on the same spawn point. This means three enemies. Oh wait, let me see. That is my player. I'm using QE5 says mesh for the time being because of gray boxing. Okay, and then I'm going to this.
Everything I do so instinctive and so passionate. Every word I move so descriptive like an adjective. I got a vendetta against people who patented being negative when you should be getting after it. I got facts over tracks, this and that, spitting slow, spitting fast, like a roast.
Being a character C++ file. Perform action is function. This function is correct. It only hits one enemy, the closest one. Skill issues confirmed. All three enemies are spawning on the exact same location and stacking. Okay, the actual fix is simpler than I thought. Perform action changed the range from 200 to 150 and add a valid check. Before you make this, tell me what your output log shows for spawning location when wave 1 starts. Are all three spawn locations different or are they the same? Let me try this. I mean, I could just literally change that number from there, but Control S, Control Alt F11, and then we do this. Could it be that I by any chance kill all three at everyone at the same time? Nope, I did not. There's spawn. They do spawn different. They too spawn in different locations. Okay, and then let's just go ahead and exit that. Grab that here. Okay, that is the problem. You only have 3 spawn points, but wave 3 spawns 7 enemies. So enemies 4, 5, 6 are spawning on top of enemies 1, 2, 3. They stack, they change together, they clutter on top of each other. Okay, one attack kills the previous attack, already damaged the stack. Oh, okay, this is not coding bug, this is a data bug. You are scaling. Okay, your wave scaling outgrew your spawn points. The fix is to add a random offset to each. Alright, my testing. Okay, let me go to my gameplay screen. There we go. Guys, my PC crashed for some reason. Okay, I gotta make sure that my program is safe because that's what matters. Let me check. Okay, I'm honestly kind of panicking for now, but yes, it's fine. Let's open my Unreal Engine and hope everything works. I'm pretty sure that I did save most of the stuff. I mean, mostly everything. While I'm at it, I'm gonna go ahead and grab plot back up here as well. Actor spawn points. So in my wave enemies, okay, should look like this. Replace our current spawn location line with this. So, okay, effector in my wave enemies. Okay, so excuse me, guys. Okay, fix random offset in spawn enemies. Okay, so spawn enemies is supposed to be in my okay, Unreal Engine. Yes, I want to load in all assets. I'm gonna hit X. Hope it works. Please tell me everything was saved. Oh god, what was saved, I guess. I have my stab, that is correct. If I were to double click my stab blueprint, which it could not load because it tried from an invalid class, well, I guess I'm gonna go ahead and exit my Studio, exit that, open my Solution Explorer, right click my new properties, go to Show Project, generate Visual Studio File Projects, then I'm gonna eat wait. Once I'm done, I'm gonna open my Visual Studio and my Unreal Engine. Hopefully it generates my files again. Everything has been generated so far. Nope. Need to check the parent class for the blueprint has been removed. C/C++. Yes, true. And let's see. I mean, I have my blueprint inputs. My attack doesn't work. But I go to my arena character. I should have thought to restart my game mode arena. Okay, I'm gonna go here. Let's try type UI. Okay, wait, that was not bad. Everything is saved. Okay, what up? This complicates things a little. What if I exit that? Hopefully, pray it works from here. Which it might not. Okay, I knew it would. It would be too convenient if it worked that way. Let's open it from here. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and show that plus real quick. And hopefully I don't hit my token limit first. Okay, let's exit this and then let's go with Windows Shift S. And take a quick little picture. And then I'm gonna go ahead and grab plot up here. I'm gonna paste it and say something like, say, my PC just crashed and I see this. When I tried to run my code, my attack did not work, and for my UI, they said to make sure that the parent class exists. I did save everything though. And now, before I really go to a conclusion up here, I'm gonna go up here. I'm gonna hit Control Alt F11 real quick. I'm gonna compile it because compiling usually does the trick here. Let's try compiling real quick because my Unreal Engine did navigate its sources. Is that sources? Okay, so it says successfully link patched. Okay, and then I'm gonna go ahead and run the program. Live coding succeeded. Well, still nothing from up here. So I'm gonna click this. I'm gonna go to, let's say, something like input. Do I see an action input? I don't see an action input, so I'm gonna go with IA_action. And then I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna save it all. I'm gonna run the program, and then I'm gonna go up here. Attack. Good thing is I attack one NPC at a time right now, so that's something that works. Okay, I added my action input. The other thing that I need to work on is my blueprint. It says this. Hold up, let me go to Windows Test and try to open my blueprint class. Hold up, let me paste this here. Okay, my PC has crashed. I see this when I tried okay, then I tried to run my code now. My UI does not show, but I deal damage to one NPC at a time. Okay, just one kill, and my game does not reset. Although when I tried to open my blueprint to check if my, let's say, UI, this section did not reset, it gives me another error, ANOTHEREROR. And then let's go with something like tried, and then try TRY, okay, to open. This does not. Let's go ahead and send this now. Okay, let's see what I get. Let me just make sure that my mic is working. Oh my gosh, my screen is so bright. I'm gonna go to properties. I'm gonna go to my configuration. Why is my gain at 300%? I'm gonna decrease my white light balance just a tad bit. Okay, let it keep going lower. Okay, and then I'm gonna decrease my gain a bit more. Increase it just a little there. Okay, that should be good for now. Let's see, don't panic, this is a known Unreal Engine recovery issue. The Visual Blueprint lost its parent class reference. During the crash, this happens, the message says, okay, do these steps. Step 1, delete the broken widget and content browser. Click WP investment to delete, confirm. Recreate a right-click in content browser, user interface, widget. Okay, when it asks for parent class, stat investment, select it. Add the 3 buttons again. Okay, reassign. In arena game mode, open VPN stat, find stat investment budget, UI categories, get back to this. Good news is your kill registration at one time, that means is valid. Okay. Oh, interesting. I'm gonna right click. It feels kind of bad to delete this, but I guess it is what it is. Okay, force delete. Replace. Replace reference forcefully. Fine, I guess I'll forcefully. I'm gonna right click, I'm gonna go to user interface, and then I'm gonna go to widget blueprint. In this, I'm gonna select my stat investment. So glad it wrote state. Stat investment. I'm gonna name this something like WBP. Okay, widget blueprint underscore stat investment STAT INVESTMENT. And then I'm gonna go ahead and double click this. Inside this, I'm gonna go with a palette. Canvas panel, I mean, not palette. And then I'm gonna go ahead and drag 3 buttons. That's gonna be button number 1, button number 2, let's kind of arrange it. And then button number 3. Okay, and then I'm gonna go ahead and name them firstly. This is going to be my button 1, which is going to be BTN HP. This is going to be BTN attack. Okay, I hope my name is correct. BTN defense. I hope my name is correct here because I need to fact check that if it didn't work. I'm gonna go with text, a text, and a text. All my text is going to be having a color of, let's say, black. I'm going to go with black, move on to my second text block, change the color to black, move on to my third text block, change the color to black, and then I'm going to go with literal text. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and just exit that. This is going to be called HP. And then I'm going to move on to my second text, which is going to be called attack. And then I'm going to move on to my third text, which is going to be called defense. I'm going to go with D. Okay, let's go with DEFENSE. Now I'm going to go to my this thing and extend the size just a tad bit. Extend my size just a tad bit and extend my size here just a tad bit. Just so everything can fit in, and then I'm just going to go ahead and grab this little back. Just grab it right there. Okay, and then add both things, compile and save. So I'm going to hit compile. I'm going to hit save. Make sure everything is saved. We assign in BP_Arena game mode. I'm going to go with BP_Arena game mode. I'm going to look for UI. In my UI, I'm going to add my WBP_stat investment, compile, and save. Okay, good news is valid. I'm going to go ahead and go to my content drawer. Go ahead and save it all, which I did save. Apparently, it doesn't save. Okay, now I'm going to go close. I'm going to go ahead and attach. Whoa. For a wave, right? Okay, I don't know what the crash did. It kind of saved my program for some reason. Oh wow, they all kind of spawn at the same time, and I'm just gonna go ahead and attack all of them. HP. Okay, nice. So I'm gonna go ahead and delete them. Just attack. Wow, the logic works for a wave, but now they don't spawn in arbitrary location. They all spawn in like exactly get clumped up like, should I say, some spaghettis? Okay, wait, let's hit Control S to save because I gotta make sure everything is saved now. I'm gonna go to my content browser. I'm gonna go to save. I'm gonna go ahead and hit all. I'm gonna hit save. Perfect. Let's grab plot. Let's say something. Oh my gosh, I've used 90% of my strats on it. Let's say it's all working perfectly. Let's go with something like all working perfectly exclamation. That said, I have one more question. So they don't spawn as they spawn in they don't spawn in different locations randomly because I did not do this last part that you asked me to do. Can you show me how to do it again, question mark? Let me go to the part real quick, which is this part. That part. Guys, I'm almost at my chat limit here. I'm gonna go and eat a grape. Okay, so we apparently go ahead and find our arena game mode. This is C++ file. Okay, and find the section inside spawn enemy waves. I have a spawn enemy waves function, I remember that. Okay, and then in this part where I see my spawn actor, there we go, pick a spawn actor. Spawn location, get actor, spawn location, get actor, replace it. Get actor reputation, replace it with this. Ran range, I didn't know that C++ has ran range. Okay, and then compile save. I'm gonna go back up here. I'm gonna make sure I hit Control Alt F11 to compile the code. Let's wait for it to compile real quick. While it's compiling, I might need another another grape. Then let's run the program. Let's see if this one random location. I'm gonna go with defense for now. Okay, so they apparently spawned there. I'm gonna kind of fact check that part real quick. I'm gonna go with attack. Okay, did they kind of still spawn in the same spot or now? Where did that third one spawn? Okay, and then I'm gonna go with attack. Go with FH. They all kind of spawn at the same exact location. Fine. There's that one guy that just randomly spawns. Okay, they do spawn in different locations. They don't like, should I say, spaghetti eyes at each other? Okay, I saw those two spawn in different locations. Okay, they're just, okay, I gotta make sure that I don't lose while I do this. There, it worked. I'm just increasing my attack because I wanna be able to destroy them real quick. Just working with some cleanup. There. Okay, there a lot. Okay, they do increase per wave. I mean, but that's they've always been increasing per wave. Okay, they don't randomly spawn across the map, so I'm gonna go ahead and add a few more target points just to test the theory out. I'm gonna add one here. I'm gonna add one here. And I'm gonna add one here. Just testing a small theory out. And then I'm gonna hit Control S to save the code, run the program. Okay, they still just spawn from 3 locations. That is because of course I didn't add any kind of code. They're just random target points. Wait. Is it just me or did they really spawn from different locations? Wait, why am I doing all that? I just realized something. Could I not just get my camera from here? And just get my camera all the way up? There. I want my camera to be third person. Go all the way up there and then I'm gonna hit something like E. Rotate myself down 90 degrees so I can see everything down. Okay, and then W, I'm gonna go higher. There, now I can see the whole map. I should have done this from the very beginning. Attack. I see them spawn from multiple directions where I can do they spawn from 6 different directions? They do spawn from 6 different directions. Okay, so the target point does work, and that guy's kind of lost. Okay, they do spawn like cockroaches. Okay, so if I add like 17 different target points, they can spawn from 17 different locations. Okay, not bad. So I could go ahead and add 1 spawn point, and they just spawn from that exact place. Hey, you know what? I might just do that. Let's go ahead and delete these spawn points. Delete. Delete. Okay, I'm gonna go with delete. Delete. Gonna hit Control S, gonna run the code. 3 enemies, 1 spawn point. Oh wow, all the enemies spawn from 1 exact spawn point now. Okay, so 1 spawn point equals 3 enemies, 6. Okay, so the logic still remains the same. I see, is that 2 spawn points that I see? Oh, okay, that makes sense. What up? 1 spawn point equals 3 enemies. 2 spawn points equals 6 enemies. I mean, third wave equals 9 enemies. But this is not something that I want to do, so I'm gonna go ahead and add my target points again. Actually, instead of really adding my target points there, I might just add them up. Will they fall if I add it here? Just curious. Can they fall? This is just me playing around now. Did they fall? Okay, wait, what was that validating assets about? There we go. Okay, now let's run the program. Yo, Hiding Pixel, appreciate you joining the stream. Okay, 1 out of the 3 falls. They're all here. Okay, they can't fall. I thought that they might have some kind of gravity. Oh, they don't have gravity. Okay, what if they're a bit higher than their regular positions? Wait, they do have gravity. I could have sworn I've seen them. I see them fall from the sky. Okay, well, I guess my target point is gonna go ahead and have a location of 100. Will that work? Nope. I'm gonna go ahead and grab myself there. Wait, am I really moving the floor? Okay, that's target point 1. I'm gonna go ahead and add a target point 2. I'm gonna make sure it's right here. I'm gonna change the z-axis to be 100. Let's add my third target point somewhere here. Let's add my fourth target point somewhere there. Okay, wanna just make sure of something like this. And they don't get stuck. Okay, just gonna make sure that's done. Alright, one of them is stuck. Okay, figures. Let's change that to 100. And then let's change that to 100. Everything should get to 100. There, I had one here anyway. Let me add that to 100. One thing might be their location that's in a negative axis. Okay. Is it just me or they all just spawn? Oh wow, they do spawn. Random spawn points. I wonder if they do. Okay, I'm later on going to be adding stuff where my player takes damage too, but not worry about that right now. Where is the third one? Okay, that is one issue when keeping them really close to the edges. I mean to the ends, they can't really move as much. That would have been the one that probably stuck. There. Now let's run the program. Did all that, destroy them all. Then gonna attack. Kill them all. Okay, let's go here, destroy them. I see one of them running. Okay, they all kind of skedaddle all over the map. Okay, my nav mesh should probably be a bit more. I might need to increase my nav mesh. I'm just trying to attack them now to see, because I want to like instantly one-shot everyone here. There we go. And guys, I'm going to fix my camera, of course, because it just for me to see everything. They're like ants. Here's the thing. Would it be better if I go to my NPC, I go here, I go to my viewport, and I increase their size? Would that make it a bit more fun and engaging? Hey, you know what? I wouldn't say it's half bad. What's that? Okay, they're much bigger. That's better. Oh, later on I might want to add a ball. Okay, let me include that. Just the next thing that I'm going to be doing is just for playing. Want to see what? Oh no, they're so huge. They can walk on top of. Okay, I can't even hit them. Their AoE is too high for me. Okay, let's just. What a shame. They're so tanky, but they're kind of weak actually. I should maybe increase their strength as well. Okay, this was just for me to play with a bit. One last test. I hope this doesn't crash anything. Pretty sure one. Oh, they're colossal. Okay, I can't even find their. Oh wait, did I find their mush? Wow. All right, guys, that's okay. Yeah, you guys can just ignore that part. Steve, just make it a bit small now. I just wanted to try and see how that works. this is a pretty decent size. Need it. There we go, there we go, there we go. Okay, perfect. Well, that works. I'm gonna hit Control S to save the code. Gonna go contents, gonna go save. Make sure I save everything. And well, yeah, make sure that works. And everything is like arbitrary as well, because the locations they spawn randomly. Okay, well, I think that's pretty much it. And there we go, let me decrease my white light balance, decrease some of my gain, maybe increase some sharpness. Okay. Alright, perfect. I think I might end the stream here. Alright guys, so basically that was pretty much it for the stream. I'm pretty sure I did everything and I'm not worried much about learning the content since I was in the very beginning, because if I do focus on that then I won't be able to complete my entire series and ship a game by the end of the series. That said, if you guys enjoyed the stream, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, like it, my algorithm, share, make sure to subscribe if you're on top. That's it. I was on streaming on Twitch, and think again once I get a better GPU. I'm going to be streaming on TikTok and Instagram if I met the followers requirement. So if you guys enjoy my content and haven't followed me, then make sure to follow me. Then you guys can get access to my socials through the link in the description, the link in the bio. Or you guys can get access to my Instagram by typing exclamation Instagram in chat. Also make sure to join my Discord server. That's where you talk to you guys, chat with you guys, have general conversation with you guys. The link is going to be in the description. The link is going to be in the bio. You guys can get access to my Discord server by typing exclamation Discord on chat. And that's it. Tomorrow's going to be a Blender stream. Kind of excited for that. Looking forward to that as well. That's that. I'll catch you guys next live for more video. Peace. Kind of excited to show you guys the mesh that I've been working on.